Hey, you ever tried singing karaoke after eating a whole bag of chips? Yeah, me neither, but I bet you can imagine the fear, right? That's kind of like what holds us back in life. The fear of looking silly, making mistakes, or eating chips too close to the microphone. We all have these moments. That voice in your head says, nope, not gonna happen. But guess what? That voice? Total liar. It's like a GPS telling you to turn left into a lake. Don't listen to it. The truth is, the biggest thing holding us back in life is usually ourselves. It's not always the world outside that puts up the biggest obstacles. It's the voice inside our own heads, that little whisper of doubt, the nagging feeling that maybe we're not good enough or that we'll mess up if we try. We become our own biggest critics and sometimes our own worst enemies. We often blame things like not having enough money, not having enough time, or even silly things like someone else eating the last cookie. But if we're honest, those are just excuses. The real battle is happening in our minds, where fear and self-doubt can be way more powerful than any empty wallet or ticking clock. Our brains can be pretty weird sometimes. They can make us overthink, second-guess, and worry about things that might never even happen. We get stuck in loops of what-ifs and maybes, convincing ourselves that it's safer not to try at all. Think about it for a second. How many times have you wanted to do something amazing? Something that could change your life or just make your day better, but then you talked yourself out of it. Maybe you hesitated, worried about what others would think, or convinced yourself you'd fail before you even started. Maybe it was asking someone out for coffee, picking up a new hobby like learning guitar or painting, or just stepping out of your comfort zone for the first time. Each of those moments is a little showdown between your dreams and your doubts. Or maybe it was finally wearing that sparkly jumpsuit you love, even if you worried people might stare. When you push past that fear, you realize most people are too busy cheering you on, or wishing they had your confidence. We really are our own toughest critics. But here's the thing. You don't have to listen to that inner critic forever. Sometimes it's time to fire the critic and hire a cheerleader, someone who believes in you, even if that someone is you. Because the ultimate showdown isn't with the world, it's with yourself, and you can win. So, why does our brain do this to us? Blame it on evolution. Way back when our ancestors had to worry about saber-toothed cats and woolly mammoths, their brains were wired to avoid danger even if it meant missing out on fun stuff. But guess what? There are no saber-toothed cats at the karaoke bar, unless it's a really weird theme night. Our brains haven't quite caught up to modern times, so we gotta outsmart our inner caveman and show him who's boss. One of the biggest ways we hold ourselves back is by being afraid to look silly. It's almost like we're programmed to worry about what others might think if we step out of line, make a mistake, or just let loose and have fun. That fear of embarrassment can be so powerful that it stops us from doing things we might actually enjoy, or from expressing ourselves in ways that feel authentic. We imagine all eyes are on us, waiting to judge our every move. We worry what other people will think, so we don't even try. We hold ourselves back from dancing, from speaking up, from taking chances, all because we're afraid of being judged or laughed at. It's like we build invisible walls around ourselves just to avoid a moment of awkwardness. But here's the thing, everyone is too busy worrying about themselves to notice you. Seriously, most people are so caught up in their own thoughts, their own insecurities, and their own lives that they barely register what you're doing. The truth is, we're all the stars of our own little movies, and everyone else is just an extra. Think about the last time you saw someone trip and fall. Or maybe you saw someone make a little mistake in public, like saying the wrong thing or getting flustered. What was your reaction? Did you judge them harshly? Or did you feel a little empathy, maybe even a sense of connection? Most of us just think, wow, that could have been me, and then we move on. We don't dwell on other people's awkward moments nearly as much as we fear they'll dwell on ours. Or did you think, oof, been there, and move on with your life? Chances are, you didn't give it a second thought. And that's exactly how most people react to our own awkward moments too. We're all just trying to figure things out, and a little bit of awkwardness is part of the journey. So go ahead, dance like nobody's watching, even if they are. Chances are they're too busy worrying about their own dance moves to notice yours. And if they do notice, maybe you'll inspire them to let go and join in too. Another way we sabotage ourselves is by getting sucked into the what-if wormhole. What if I fail? What if people laugh? What if I accidentally join the wrong Zoom meeting and end up in a clown convention? Here's a newsflash: you can't predict the future. Worrying about it is like trying to make toast in a washing machine. It's just not gonna work. Instead of obsessing over things you can't control, focus on what you can do right now. The good news is, you don't have to conquer your fears overnight. Start small. Think of it like eating a giant pizza. You wouldn't try to stuff the whole thing in your mouth at once, right? Or maybe you would, no judgment. Break down your goals into bite-sized pieces. Want to try stand-up comedy? Start by telling jokes to your friends. Want to learn a new language? Download a language app and learn one new word a day. Small steps lead to big victories. Remember, you are capable of amazing things. You've already overcome so much in your life. You learned to walk, talk, and use the internet without accidentally buying 1,000 rubber chickens. You're basically a superhero. So, the next time that little voice in your head tries to hold you back, tell it to take a hike. You are stronger than you think, and you deserve to go after your dreams. Let's celebrate all the awesome things you're going to achieve. Picture yourself crossing the finish line, nailing that audition, or finally asking your crush out on a date. Feel that sense of accomplishment. That's all you, baby. Remember, life is too short to let fear call the shots. So go out there and make some magic happen. And don't forget to celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Every step forward deserves a happy dance. Alright, champ. Here's your mission for today, if you're up for it. I want you to do just one thing that scares you, even if it's only a tiny bit outside your comfort zone. It doesn't have to be something huge or life-changing. In fact, the smaller, the better. The point is to challenge yourself in a way that feels manageable, but still gives you that little rush of nerves. Think of it as a mini-adventure, a personal dare to shake up your routine and see what you're really capable of. Maybe you'll decide to sing in the shower at the top of your lungs, letting your voice echo off the tiles, not caring if anyone hears you. It's about letting go, even if just for a moment, and embracing the joy of being a little bit silly. Or maybe you'll put on the brightest, silliest hat you own and wear it out in public, strutting down the street with a grin, daring the world to notice. You might feel a little self-conscious at first, but you'll also feel a spark of freedom. Or perhaps today's the day you finally walk into that new restaurant you've been curious about, the one you always pass by but never enter. Sit down, try something new, and savor the feeling of doing something just for you. The real goal here isn't about the specific thing you do, it's about proving to yourself that you can take a step, however small, beyond what feels safe and familiar. Every time you do, you build a little more courage, a little more confidence. You remind yourself that you're braver and more capable than you sometimes believe. And hey, if things don't go perfectly, that's totally okay. Maybe you hit a wrong note, or your hat gets a few funny looks, or you stumble over your words when ordering. Laugh it off. These little moments of awkwardness are proof that you're living, not just existing. Plus, you'll have a great story to tell your friends later. Imagine the laughs you'll share, the memories you'll make, and the pride you'll feel for having tried something new. These are the stories that make life richer and more colorful. So go on, step out that door, take a deep breath, and show the world what you're made of. You might just surprise yourself with how much you can do when you say yes to a little bit of fear and a whole lot of fun.